What's going on, guys? This is Jake R.A., CEO and founder of Realty Resolutions. I'm here with my co-founder and chief operating officer, Rob Gorski. In this video, we're going to talk about how to identify a distressed seller and a distressed house. And what this is, guys, this is the key right here. This is the bread and butter. This is what's going to make a difference in whether or not this program is a success for you or a failure and you make no money. So this is really something to come back to and reference at a later date. I'm going to talk about distressed sellers. Rob's going to talk about distressed houses, and we're going to kind of go from there, guys. So a couple of key things to keep in mind. Distressed sellers are a little bit more difficult to identify than, say, a distressed house. And the reason being is because it's more of how aware you are of your surroundings and the conversations that are going on around you. You know, with a distressed seller, it could be anything from a death in the family to a divorce situation, to a probate situation. There's all sorts of different situations that may come about. And the key with a distressed seller is that, you know, time is the greater motivating factor than money. You know, there's a lot of different things that happen that may stop someone from being able to sell their house on the open market, and Rob's going to talk about that, like I said. But there's another thing that comes into play there, and that's that there's a long time that goes between when you list a property on the MLS, on the open market, to when it's finally closed and that money's in your pocket. And, you know, there may be medical bills that need to be paid, you know, with recent diagnosis of diseases or things like that, where they need the money today and they can't wait 6 months to sell their house, and they don't want to wait 6 months to sell their house. So those are all different situations where the greater motivating factor, like I said, is the time and how quickly you can basically solve that problem. You know, with our time frame of 30 to 45 days, that's so much quicker than a 6 to 12 month time frame, with no guarantee that in 12 months or 6 months that house could even sell. You know, you could go to contract and then lose that deal. So there's a lot of different elements at play, but the key factor that you keep in mind is that you are aware of your surroundings and the conversations that are going on around you, and realize that you have a solution to that problem. So I'm going to let Rob talk about distressed houses now.
Yeah, guys, so you probably downloaded your lead submission form. You have that in your car, which is great. And, you know, now think of it like this. You know, you go to places every day. You're driving every day to, whether it's you're going to the gym, whether you're going to work, or you're going to a restaurant, where you pick up your kids from school. You're driving every day, and the thing now is that now you're just looking for houses on those normal routes. You know, so you see things that we don't see. And how to identify a distressed home. You know, let's say, you know, you're driving by and you see boards up on the windows. That's a distressed house. You know, no normal family has boards up on their windows. You know, and you could also see, you know, mail piling up in the mailbox. You know, you could see a bunch of papers stacked up on the driveway that just haven't been picked up yet. You could see, you know, things that haven't been taken care of. Grass is overgrown. It's very, very poorly maintained. So the house just doesn't look good on the outside, guys, and that's what you're going to see. So you'll take out your lead submission form, you'll fill it out real quick, and you can just send it back to us. You know, and you can also see, you know, like, again, this doesn't have to be completely distressed, completely, you know, run down things. These could also be for sale by owner signs. You know, a lot of owners sell their houses by themselves because they know they can't list it with an agent or a real estate agent, because, you know, there might be stuff wrong with it. You know, there might be mold in the house. There might be things like there's holes in the wall where it's very, very difficult for a normal, you know, for a normal average Joe to sell the house. So that's why they're putting it up for sale themselves. So definitely take note of for sale by owner, because there's a ton of them out there where, you know, sellers just, you know, they don't know what to do. So a lot of things, guys, you're going to see a lot of rundown houses. You know, the roofs might be, you know, completely, you know, trashed. There could be moss growing on the roofs. So anytime you're just driving by and you see something, you know, completely, you know, just not maintained very, very nicely, you know, just write it down, you know, and we'll handle the rest and you'll get paid. So yeah, definitely have the forms in your car and just do what you're doing on a normal basis anyway. You know, now you're just looking for houses. So if you want to touch on anything else?
Yeah, and just to kind of go off of that last point, it made me think of one thing. And a lot of the time, the exterior cosmetics of the house aren't really going to show what could be the true story behind that. So like Rob was saying, unplowed driveways, landscaping, there's all those obvious things that, you know, are blatantly obvious that anybody can see. But like Rob was saying, there's some things, you know, there could be structural issues with the house. You know, there's little things that your eye can pick up on that even sometimes you might not be able to see from the outside, and that could stop it from selling as well. So there's so many different things, guys, but as you go along in this journey, you'll pick up on more and more, and that's why, being a part of the Facebook groups and everything else is going to teach you and make you that much more aware, and your eye that much more acute to those minute details that you might not normally pick up on. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys, and stay tuned for the next video. We're going to wrap this thing up with the last video in this series. Thank you.